Welcome back to HalloweenHaunts365.com, the podcast. I'm Jared. This is Terry.
Hi.
And today we continue our nonstop haunt tour since it's September, October, and maybe into November. Tonight's stop was at Legends of the Fog, located in
Aberdeen, Maryland.
Aberdeen, Maryland. It sounds far, but it really was only an hour away. Someone kept saying it was far, though, because it's Maryland.
An hour and 20 minutes.
Hour and 20 minutes. Not bad, not bad. We've driven a lot further before.
That's true.
All right, so this was our first time at Legends of the Fog. We have not made our way down to that area for a haunt yet, and we decided, we're all caught up on our usual.
Try something new.
Let's try something new. I'm choking on my coffee here. Hold on.
It was different.
It's different. We're going to start with, we're just going to go into it. This is our honest opinion. This place was not terrible, so don't take our scores like that. It just wasn't for your normal haunt fan. I would consider this like almost like a PG haunt, if that makes sense.
Yes, definitely. It had 4 attractions. And I would say it was definitely a teeny bopper.
Like a family night out.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're going to run into those, and that's fine. I mean, I didn't have a terrible time. I wasn't pissed off we went. Legends of the Fog has 4 attractions, like Terry stated. We have the Haunted Hayride. We have the Farewell Hotel. A pretty cool name. Stalkers. And Slaughterhouse. Well, our night began with, most nights, the hayride. And that line made me very thankful that we spent the extra money on the VIP ticket.
Definitely.
I mean, they need to work on that a little bit, the VIP tickets, but we'll get into that later. Hayride had its good parts and its slow parts. The actors were really cool. The one guy was funny with the bear scene.
Yes.
The bear scene guy was funny. He put on a nice little show. There was a cool... We drove by it way too fast, but in the cemetery, that one image, I'm not sure if it was a... what's the word?
The cemetery scene was cool, but I always like cemetery scenes.
Yeah, but they had some big tombstones.
They did.
Those are impressive. Well lit. Cemetery. To me, the cemetery scene was far too short, because to me that was the best part of the attraction, was the cemetery scene. And I don't know if it was an animatronic well lit or if it was like a laser recreation of that spirit walking around in the mausoleum.
Oh yes,
like a hologram. That's what I'm looking for. I want to say it's a hologram. Did they? I only saw that one.
They have one at the hotel too, in the window upstairs.
Oh, the facade.
Yes.
Yeah. This looked a little cleaner than that. That looked like one of those projections. This looked like an actual hologram, like Star Trek. But, I mean, the hayride had some fun. It was mainly fun. There was really no jump scares, not a lot going on, a part of scareways, but a lot of comedy, I want to say. It was more funny than scary.
Yes.
It was like, people that don't go to these often, it's a fun night out for them. Your pumpkin patch family that does one in October, and then this is the one. It's that kind of... And we noticed that with the crowds around us. And I cannot listen to 13-year-old girls talk anymore. That was, oh God. Are we in the fast pass line? All night. Anyway, that's not the haunt's fault.
No, it's not. But...
I don't know why I'm coughing so hard. But hayride, let's get to the scoring of the hayride. I mean, there was a couple fun scenes. I would really like that cemetery scene to be a lot longer. It was really the showcase of the show to us. There was a weird science one where the actor did a good job with the overtop voice acting.
That was cool.
It was cool, but really the whole thing was a well lit egg.
Right.
I mean, that's cool. The egg looked cool, but I mean, and the costumes and that makeup were great. The bug creatures
yeah,
that
the
came.
bug
Yeah.
with
So I
the one
mean,
arm.
if we could throw in a couple scares, it would really elevate this hayride. To me, it was just a ride in the hay. I mean, nothing really. This one didn't even flinch. So just to show you how everything was going on that hayride, I'm gonna get to the score. Actors, I gave a 4. Some were a little mistimed. One guy was hilarious, so really for us a 4. Fear factor, we're going at 2. That's our lowest of the season. It just wasn't there.
It wasn't.
There nothing really there was opportunity for it. It just never came.
Right.
Originality, a lot of the same scenes. I really gave it a 3 for the science room and the cemetery and everything.
Yes.
That was great. Props, I gave a 5. There was a lot of cool props on this tour. The saw blade would have been a great effect if it actually spun, but you could see the gear was pulled off and the chain was just hanging there.
Yeah.
So like the saw that looks like it's supposed to cut the hayride in half wasn't working properly. But it would have looked cooler if it was spinning. But I mean, in my mind, it would have been a really cool attraction. Depending on it, it came down pretty low, so it was pretty cool. Then the hologram, then the bear.
The bear. That thing was huge.
It was huge, but well hidden because you didn't expect that out of that when that door opened. That was pretty cool.
It started out on all 4s and then ended up on 2 legs.
Right, but it came out of a wall where it was just its head. That part was cool. Scenes, like I said, some of these should have been really longer. A stop in the cemetery would have been nice. I'm going to 3. And with all that scoring together, the hayride for us finished up with 3 blood splat.
I agree.
Like I said, like most of the attractions here, if you're once a year and you got the kids with you, it'll be a fun night out. No doubt. But for your hardcore more haunt fans,
Looking for a scare.
look somewhere else. Moving on, the Farewell Hotel.
I liked it.
I did too. It was fun. I'm gonna get a little deep into some of these rooms because I think they missed the boat on a couple things. The front actor was great.
Yes.
The guy in the elevator was fantastic. Very good.
He was.
But a lot of the actors are just in rooms. Like there's no hidden actor, there's no hidden slam, there's no.
I think too, they were letting 11, 12 people in at a time. So I was on the tail end. So by the time I came up to the haunt, like the prop, it was already done over and you could see him running back into the wall.
Right. And that could be the case too. What really got me was the room with all the doors.
That would have been a cool effect.
You have ample amount of jump scares in that room. You walk into a room, and this happened twice. There's 2 of these scenes in there. You walk into this room, and there's 9 doors. One's the one you came out of. One's the one you have to go in. They were leaving the one you have to go in open. Like between groups, you have to shut that door.
Right.
But again, that could fall into too many people at a time, and we were trailing a little behind the group in front of us.
That could be it.
And
I would say too that what they should have did is the doors. Some of them were locked, but if you unlocked them and had a person standing there,
right,
to give you the scare as you open the door, thinking you're going to go through that door.
Right, and it'd be a quick little jump scare, like you're not going to expect someone standing there. So like they hung 9 doors for what?
Right.
I mean, there's maybe it's supposed to be shut when you walk through, so you don't know what door it is and you're just trying doors. But what's the point of trying doors if you're not going to get a scare out of it? At least a drop panel, a loud bang, something. So really, they lost the effect on those 2 rooms.
And by the time I got to the second room with the doors, I was like, oh, here we go again.
But the other door was open. We know exactly where to go. So, and at that point, that group was so far in front of us, it easily could have been shut.
Yes.
I mean, it's the little things that really, because it's a cool idea. The idea of not knowing what door to enter in a haunted attraction is a great idea. Just run with it.
Right.
Put one or two actors behind a door that you pull out. They're sitting in a box. Oh shit! But they're nothing. Not one jump scare through that whole thing. Um, and like I said, it could have been timing, but from the feel of the hayride, I have a feeling that they weren't going to be there. So, with that being said, the facade was beautiful. It really looked like it was going to be up and coming. Inside was great. The design was fantastic. It was decently long, but long for no reason. I mean, for us, we're used to a couple more jump scares out of nowhere, and there's plenty of hiding spots in there. But every room we walked in, the actors are already in the dead center. You see them. There's no shock. There's no scare. There's not a lot going on.
Right.
So our scoring for Farewell Hotel. It's a tongue twister. I went 4 blood splats for the actors.
I would agree.
I went 2 blood splats for the fear factor. I was close to 1, but I mean there was an air piston that kind of did something.
I think that was the only place I jumped.
Okay, so we got a little jump out of her. Originality of 3. The hotel's been done. It really could have been a 5 if something happened with those doors.
I would agree.
Because it was a beautiful room. The doors all painted the same. I mean, it was. I think maybe it was just the size of the group because they have to shut that door. There'd be no reason to hang 12 doors if you're just going to leave the one that leads out open.
Yeah.
Moving on. Originality, I went 3. Props, I went 3. It could have been a little more decorated inside. I mean, we've never been there, so we don't know what could have been done this off season. But I saw a little bit of room for improvement. Like some of the ceilings are covered, where the others is just open air. It's like kind of ruins the effect if other ceilings are closed. Scenes 3. It's your normal hotel. It's been done. And nothing really stood out to us at Farewell Hotel. But the actors, I mean, the guy in the elevator was fantastic. He was really good. So with the math, comes out to overall 3 for the Farewell Hotel.
Yes. Then from there, we went to Cornstalkers, which was a corn maze.
Was it a maze?
I don't know what the hell it was. I was the first actor. He was great. He tried to get me a few times. He followed us a good ways.
He followed for a good 5 minutes.
Yes.
That right there.
He was trying.
He was trying. Cornstalkers.
But you have so much opportunity to hide in the corns. Like, don't hide deep. Hide on the edge and then pop out.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we go through it. Cornstalkers is basically a haunted corn trail. Basically,
we did go the wrong way, and he's like, "That's not a trail."
Well,
but it's
trampled down because
people go, and it's dark. You can't see.
You can see pretty good. That's another thing that bothered me about it in there. It's too well lit.
I think it was because it was too close to the campfire.
Oh, maybe. I was wondering how it was so bright without lights. Because you can see fine in there.
Yeah.
Cornstalkers is basically your haunted corn maze. It's a walkthrough. It's a long walkthrough. And we encountered a full 3 actors for our 20-minute walk through the corn.
Yeah.
Sad part, as Terry was stating earlier, the actors are too deep in the corn. You can hear everything they're doing. You know when the jump's coming. They don't have to be inside the corn. Trust me.
At one point, I was laughing.
Yeah. I mean, because you know they're coming. I understand throughput, it's hard to do, but we need some props in there. A fake scarecrow to, show the real scarecrow. There was nothing
Right.
for what it felt like miles.
They could have put the fake one over here and came at it over here because you're
Right.
looking at this and not expecting this.
And
to
there's
happen.
plenty of trampled room where they could have easily slid in. Because when you're walking through the trail, you're like, oh, that's not a trail because it stops right here. You can easily put a dude right there to jump out at you.
Yeah.
Get a
something.
scare.
Something.
I don't know.
The only prop in there was at the end, or not, I don't know if it was the end, but the skeleton.
Yeah, the tall skeleton.
That was the only prop.
I mean, the good thing is it all looked the same, so you weren't really 100% sure of where you were going. That added a little bit to it, but maybe I'm over corn mazes, but this one was.
Me too.
It
was definitely PG or G rated.
My kids would have been fine in there. But like I said, if it fits what they're trying to do, as in a whole family night out, then this attraction works because it's a slowdown from all the other ones. If they're new to haunt or don't do this type of thing. But our heavy hitters, no. So I'm going to get to the scoring. There's a lot that could be done in there. Maybe different lighting. Add a little creepiness to it. Maybe some fog. It is Legend of the Fog.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of fog.
Yeah. I mean, you fog that corn maze, it's instantly better. At least a path of it, because then you're feeling around. You don't know what's going on. You don't need to fog a pathway. Have an actor come up in your face.
LED lights.
Exactly. This maybe on its way out. We've never been, so we can't say how long it's been there. If it's been a staple, if it's something new they're trying, we don't know. But this one wasn't for me. I hate saying it because everyone works so hard on everything, but it's time to get real. Actors, I went 3 blood splats just because that guy followed you.
Yes.
I mean, really, it could have been a 2 from just the loud rustling of hearing them come when there's no need for it. You can easily be on the end of the corn, not making noise, and just go, hi. She would have jumped out of her shoes because you wouldn't have seen them. Fear factor, one blood splat. A whole lot of nothing going on.
Yeah.
Originality, I went a 2.
Yeah, I would have gave it a 1, but okay.
I mean,
it's just corn.
Yeah, it's just corn. Props, we went a 2. I guess the skeleton guy.
Yeah.
And the sheets hanging up. I mean.
Oh yeah, there were sheets.
I don't. That was this one was hard for me. Scene's a 1. It's a cornfield. It's like when we go to Johnson's farm, and that's harder to get through. When you got to find the tractors.
Oh yeah.
Where they give the kids a little stamp. This was easier to get through. Overall, I'm going 2. The one actor in the beginning saved this attraction from being a 1 because he kept trying to get Terry, and that's commitment. Like I said, if this is just a downgrade for the kids and the family night, hey, go for it. But this was barely a haunted attraction.
Then the next one we did was Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse. I hear this is their newer one. I'm pretty sure I read that on the website that this is their new one. This has some meat on the bone if they run with it.
I liked how when you first walked in, the meat cases.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That's a cool set. But I would have liked that in the attraction, not the queue line. Right where the grinder is. That would make another, because it looks like they're serving her.
I really like that meat grinder.
Yeah. So Slaughterhouse is your typical slaughterhouse walkthrough. They're trying to feed you people. A couple cool rooms. This was definitely the highlight of the night was Slaughterhouse, I think.
Yes.
A cool grinder that vibrated that's made it look like the victim inside was being grinded. A couple kind of startle scares, not really. I mean, the guy already standing by the barrel, throwing the barrel, you're not scaring anyone. We see you. Hide behind the barrel and then throw it. Yeah, people are going to jump. But like I said, this might be just the way they're trying to do this haunt. One really awesome room was the Hard Rock room, the metal room
Yes.
with the fence where you're able to get trapped. Finally, something a little uneasy.
Because the couple in front of us, the lady in front of us, actually pushed the gate or the fence, and the actor pushed it back and told her she was going the wrong way.
Yeah.
She thought she had to go through the fences.
Yeah, yeah. But you end up in a corner and they have a nice little shock charge, and it was a cool scene. Maybe I just like the
Smoke detector. Look at this.
So we had a fun smoke detector mishap.
Sorry, guys.
Our attic one kind of just goes off every now and then with 3 beeps, which doesn't make sense, but we'll be replacing that in the future. But back in the Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse, like I said, had some meat on the bones. A couple cool scenes that we really enjoyed. Actors are going pretty hard in there.
Yes.
But like I said, you can see them. There's no one hidden, no drop panels, no.
There, like for instance, the one room, there was 6 actors, 7 actors in one little room.
Yeah.
They were just standing there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have hid somewhere in there.
Yeah, and really did the shock and awe. But I mean, it might be the theme they're going for.
How would you rate the actors?
Actors, I'm going to 4.
Or I would say so too.
Okay. Fear factor, again, I'm going 3. Like the girl asking for help, the other woman in there screaming for help.
Yes.
Those were, can add a little fear, but
the meat grinder.
There's nothing jumping. Nothing at all. Nah. There's room for it. Maybe. Originality, I'm going 4.
Me too.
A lot of the rooms have legs that you can build on. The grinder room was really long and cool. You don't really see rooms that big in attractions.
No.
There's a longer room, a lot going on. Couple bodies, the grinder, couple of things going on. So that was pretty cool. Props, I'm going to 5. I liked a lot of the cadavers walking through the cows.
Yes.
The electric in the metal room was really cool. Again, the grinder, the metal slabs that the bodies are on.
Oh yeah, those.
That one.
I forgot about those.
That one corpse, the skeleton.
Yes.
It was pretty cool. And then scenes, I'm going to 4. Some kind of just seem thrown together. Maybe they were running out of time since it was a new attraction. But all in all, I'm going a 4 overall on Slaughterhouse.
I would agree.
Okay. Well, that does wrap up Legends of the Fog, which, unless they buy some fog machines, we might want to change that name. Unless it gets foggy out there. I don't know. It's our first time there. There was some fog, but if it's in the name, you had me excited.
I was expecting a lot of fog.
I was too. Overall, everything considered, I'm going 3 blood splats for Legends of the Fog. There was a good area to hang out at by the fire. A lot of games.
I liked the setup there. It was cute. It had the coffin rides.
Yep.
There was all kinds of games.
Yeah, there was 4 or 5 different
games.
games. Carnival type games, Angry or Scary Birds.
They had a food stand.
Yeah, there was a very busy food stand. That
line was long.
Yeah, I wasn't waiting in there to test the fare. Maybe next time. But nice T-shirt stand.
Yes.
No mugs.
And the fire was huge.
It was a good fire. I mean, it wasn't Reaper's Revenge big,
No.
but it was a nice fire. Enough to get warm. It was chilly out there.
It was.
But after you're done the attractions, I really wasn't cold anymore.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, it's a nice little farm, it's a nice little haunt. I'm not saying I hated it, but
It just wasn't for us.
yeah, it's not for us.
We're used to more intense,
More haunt enthusiast haunts.
yes.
This definitely catered to the younger generation and bringing the kids out, which also needs a place. There has to be a market for that, and maybe that's the area in Maryland. Can tell you.
I don't know. Never been there.
I know maybe we also work on the fast pass a little bit. It worked great for the first three.
Yeah,
and then
Slaughterhouse, I don't think
for,
she knew what she was doing.
for some reason, we were waiting longer than general admission at Slaughterhouse. That didn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
it didn't make sense. At first, we were like, are we in the right line?
Right. And then, 13-year-old girls and a gaggle of 10 of them. Good Lord. But yeah, maybe work on that a little more. Like, I'm not saying VIP first every time. We saw the split you were doing with the hayride. That's fine. But that split was not happening in Slaughterhouse. And it
No.
really, really jammed up, which I don't
I
get.
think we waited for a good 20 minutes in VIP.
Yeah. And general admission beat all the guys that walked up to general admission.
They
Why
went
were
right
we?
in.
Yeah, they went right in. I didn't even see them in that wrapped up queue line.
No.
So I don't know. It could have been a hiccup. Hiccups happen in haunts. But extra money, I mean, you should really get in a lot sooner than anyone in general admission, which is fine. Like, hey, I'm all for the half and half. That's cool with me. But yeah, the hayride loaded fine. The other two loaded fine. I mean, we didn't even wait to get in the corn stalkers.
No.
Maybe the groups left.
And they even asked us, did you want to go by it yourself or with that group? And I said, that we'll do it by ourselves.
Should have went with the group. Maybe watching them would have been entertaining. But that wraps up Legend of the Fog for 2021 here at Halloween Haunts. We're nearing the end. You're going to stop seeing our videos every 2 days, and we'll go to weekly with some news, updates, some owner interviews coming out, our big award show. Maybe we'll decorate Freddie with stuff. Oh, he's over there. This is all reversed. I got to point that way. He's over there. Well, he's really, I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be fun. This year, we're going to have 4 awards. It's going to be Hayride of the Year, Attraction of the Year, Haunt of the Year, and then, which was really popular in 2019 because we did not give awards for 2020 because it wasn't fair, is fan voted. So we need you to reach out to us any way possible. I don't care where you comment. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, email, the website, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. I don't care. Just send me your favorite haunt. I'll collect it all like I did in 2019. 2019, we got over 2,000 votes. And I want to see what we bring home this time. We pretty much summed up our take. We do have a couple more in there, so we're going to wait to call it. We had the Valley of
Fear tomorrow night.
Yes, they have a whole new attraction, which I'm excited about. But they got rid of fairy tales, and I don't even like those kinds. But I liked it there.
Yeah,
I hate fairy tales, but that was a cool walkthrough at night. But you got to build up. We have I forget where John's going, but he's going somewhere. We got a couple more reviews going. We're hoping to hit 2021. That's not including HHN on both coasts and other haunts coming in. We got some more actor interviews coming. Some movie breakdowns coming. We have a lot coming. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, right? Yeah, right there. It's going to be up there soon. That's all I got for you tonight at HalloweenHaunts365.com, the podcast where every day is haunt season. Goodbye.
Bye.